Hello Bruno, thank you for meeting me here. I saw your presentation, and in the presentation you said Wi-Fi 7, next generation of access. So we know Wi-Fi 7 is important, but what are the differences between Wi-Fi 6, 6E and 7?
Well, Lars, great to be here and put some more color on what this means or the path we are going through. And for us, as a trade association, it's always difficult to expose when we are in front of a technology leap. So I would say that Wi-Fi 7, and likely other generations, was built from the ground up with new features that we never imagined would be available for Wi-Fi. And I mean, for instance, the new spectrum that is coming forward in some regions, 1200 megahertz, will allow us to do a MLO type feature that aggregates the links. And if we think, this really brings Wi-Fi even closer to cellular. So when we are designing the networks of the future, with access in mind, I believe Wi-Fi 7 will be part of it, and this is just one of those reasons.
Okay, that's very interesting. I also saw that, and I think you mentioned it as well, that Huawei has won the Wi-Fi 7 Best Network Award 2023. So how does the process go? How did you decide that?
Yeah, I can share with you that as we grow as an organization, we have now around 220 members and 25 working groups. There's lots of work and effort. So WBA recognizes that takes lots of effort to build great product solutions and make them align with standards. So every year we come up with the WBA Industry Awards. There is an independent panel between experts and media analysts that just go through all this information, and they select the best they believe, in this case for enterprise Wi-Fi. And to be honest, I think the case with Shenzhen Institute and being so practical and you showing really how we improve bandwidth and signal management optimization, blending with IoT, the jurors got that as the best of the year. So yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much, and very good to hear. We always strive to make better products, so for us that is very important, and I'm very happy to have that recognized, to be honest. At the same time, so what do you see as, especially if you look at public customers, financial customers, what do you see as key areas for them when it comes to Wi-Fi 7? And can you also elaborate a little bit from a security perspective on that?
Got it. Yeah, that's in fact quite important on this journey. I would say, of course, the big business angle of Wi-Fi for the public sector not always comes as the main reason why they invest, but rather improving the life of citizens, making better experiences for all the community, I believe is where Wi-Fi 7 is really making a difference. We are seeing cities all over the world going forward and planning for next generation of Wi-Fi, and that brings more business to the businesses they have in their cities. So that's one indirect part of it. And then you mentioned security. I would say that, again, this journey has been to prove or to demonstrate that Wi-Fi has the best-in-class security protocols. And there are some fundamental things with Wi-Fi 7. So for instance, WP3 becoming mandatory. That solves lots of the concerns in terms of how you manage the links, data, and so on. And maybe, Lars, I think what I'm seeing is, of course, the industry coming together to embrace security as a baseline feature. And if we really do that, maybe why not we go to finance sector? I know it's one of the most challenging ones, but probably you guys are already looking into that.
Well, actually, we already have. So if you look at our Wi-Fi 7 access points, we have a technology called Wi-Fi Shield. And that is on top of the standard. So WPA 3, you mentioned that's a standard. So we looked at what can we do more. What are the concerns for instance, financial sector? And that is eavesdropping of Wi-Fi signal. Yeah. So we have technology in our access point, Wi-Fi Shield we call that, where even eavesdropping from a security perspective is not even possible. So this is something that, yeah, we do extra on top of the standard. So I have one final question for you, and I know you don't have a nice crystal ball, but what do you see for the future for Wi-Fi 7?
Yeah, so, well, Lars, on that note, we always have these new requirements coming forward. On the Wi-Fi path, Wi-Fi 8 is already advancing on the IEEE, and a group of experts are trying to define what it should look like. There are some pointers. At the same time, now we have IMT 2030. That is the baseline for 6G. And I must say that for us, the future of Wi-Fi 7 is really to grow as an access technology and cater to most of the use cases that the industry is demanding. And by doing that, all the investments that are being done right now can be capitalized and augment that for even further, use cases. And one example is, for instance, the aggregation we can do between cellular and Wi-Fi. Imagine a world where a user just uses whatever best connectivity he has at that point in time, and we were never that close before.
Well, that was very interesting, Bruno. Thank you very much for your time. And well, I hope you enjoy the rest of our Tech Carnival here.
No, yes, thank you so much for the invitation, and looking forward to seeing more of your innovations going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.